Those memories. So dark.
Okay, my voice is on now. Hey guys, nice to see ya. Sorry, was doing some face tracking. Ah, okay. Good text, but you can't see. Got it, got it. Yeah, I also, put in a little new feature, which is caption for those who can't hear, which I thought it was a cool idea. You can text, but can't see. Got it. So today we'll be doing the hangout, the new hangout, of course. Yeah, well, I'm still working on the face tracking for VR, but I made it so it will have better face tracking. Like so far, when we go to the VTuber, I could push buttons for different emotes and make them look different. Like they look a lot better now. There's different like faces I can make, but I can make a lot more mouth motions once I get the VR started. But anyways, let me claim these, my check-in rewards, and I got a gift encounter with, oh, special check-in, that's what it is. Alright, we'll start the, not that, where is it? The new chapter, in Jigun's story quest. Cannot say that for my life. Exion? Exion? All we know, well, we know her as Cloud Retainer, basically. Yes, subquest. So, Paimon has suddenly a yearning for a quick story told by Cloud Retainer. Go to the mountain to see this Adeptus. Ah, so that's where we start. I would thought we would start in the new area. Russ is Latin for crane. Ah, interesting.
We've been to so many places lately. What do you say we take a day off from adventuring and just find somewhere nice to relax?
Alright, let's see.
Think, where are some nice places we could go?
I hope you could hear Paimon okay.
Retainer a visit at Mount Outsong. It's been a while since we last saw that illuminated bird. She's always the one popping up out of nowhere and scaring us half to death. So let's surprise her this time.
I hope you guys can hear Paimon okay, because, honestly, I changed the, I wish I couldn't hear her. Oh, really? Was it too low, or was it, like, too high, or was it no sound at all? Hold on, let me see. That's weird. I gotta fix that for you, Frosty. Her voice is annoying to me. Her voice... Oh. You can hear the game, though, of the characters talking, right? Just making sure. Because during the cutscene, I want to make sure. Ah, good, good, good. Okay, thank you. Also, sorry there's a delay on my chat. Just so I make sure I catch everything everyone is saying when they type eventually. It's good to have a delay, so if just by a few minutes...
Yeah, right outside our place!
Yes.
Do you still remember the first time we came here? We even brought offerings and everything.
I got so nervous I thought you couldn't hear. I was like, I hope I get set the sound right. I actually had to change my Genshin launcher into the Epic launcher because, believe it or not, doing this patch, when I downloaded it, I don't really need the CC if you want to close it. I could close it if you want, Frosty. I mean, it's just you right now, but I actually was gonna put it there for people who have hearing issues but since that can't hear me, but we'll close it for now. I mean, it's just us right now. Yeah.
And when we told her that Rex Lapis had been assassinated, she immediately threatened to squash Liyue Harbor. Paimon thought she'd be impossible to get along with. But now that we've spent some more time together, she's really not like that at all.
Ah.
We probably don't need to bring any offerings now that we've gotten to know her pretty well, right? Still, Paimon's got some snacks around here somewhere, so if she really wants something, we can just use that.
Aw. Paimon's always looking for snacks.
Traveler, did something catch your eye?
Wow, it's...
Whoa, what a pretty lady. Is she also here to visit Cloud Retainer?
It's her human form. Cool. I love her human form. It seems like she could also be a powerful adeptus.
Yeah, you're right. All it takes is one look and you can tell she's someone special. As expected of that bird lady, really. She must have a whole bunch of adepti friends from all over the country.
They don't know it's her. They don't know it's her.
Okay, but if we're both friends of Cloud Retainer, then we're basically friends by association, right? Want to go up to her and say hello?
I'll leave the instructions to you, basically.
Helping you make more connections is a part of Paimon's job as your reliable guide. Paimon's got this.
I think we just finally understand that Paimon's gonna speak for us most of the time now. So Travis like, yeah, you do it.
Hello.
Yay. Oh. She just goes, like, all serious. I wonder what she's thinking.
Paimon is Paimon! And this is the Traveler!
Just say everything is nice and even in a nice even tone. Yeah.
Paimon doesn't think we've met, but we're also friends of Cloud Retainer.
Yes.
May we have the pleasure of learning your name, Madam Adeptus?
You two... What is this tomfoolery? Has the shift in form so clouded your eyes that you no longer recognize one anymore?
She's like, don't you recognize me?
Wait, you're...
Cloud Retainer.
Huh? You're the illuminated bird?
Yes.
Human! How did that happen?
Oh, donning human form is scarcely any test of one's abilities. As for your confusion, one merely had no reason to indulge such inclinations before.
Oh.
So, you're indulging now because?
Well, one has made plans to pay a visit to some disciples at Liyue Harbor.
Ah.
Taking on a human form for such a trip is simply a way to make matters less conspicuous.
Oh, okay.
You? Worrying about keeping a low profile? You're the one who likes to pop up out of nowhere all over the place. In fact, Paimon can think of several examples. Like last year, when you suddenly appeared on the top of a roof without any warning.
That is true.
Ahem.
Feels like Cloud Retainer has her reasons, but doesn't want to discuss them too openly. I almost forgot. My mom brought you some gifts.
Hey, didn't we agree not to bring that up unless she asked?
Oh? So you have taken care to follow the proper rules of etiquette after all. Most commendable.
Cloud Retainer tries but fails and looks indifferent. Oh.
Well, this is all Paimon's got. You don't mind, right?
One has never found oneself lacking in basic comforts. On the contrary, it is the gesture that one values above all else. So long as you've shown proper respect and consideration, the quantity or quality of the gift is but a trivial matter.
Huh?
That kinda makes Paimon feel a little guilty for trying to keep them for herself. Anyway, where were we before you reminded Paimon about the gifts?
Cloud Retainer said she's going to visit some of her disciples.
Ah, right. So by disciples, you must mean Ganyu and Shenhe.
Ah.
It's also maybe we can come too.
One planned to extend the invitation even if you had not raised the matter yourself. Shenhe and Ganyu should be quite pleased to see you again.
It's like, I'm all for it. Let's go.
However, one would first inquire as to the reason behind your visit here. You have cause to seek one's company?
No reason particular.
Yeah, we just found ourselves missing you and wanted to see how you were doing. We were hoping you'd tell us one of your stories.
Ooh.
Who knew we'd run into your human form while we were at it?
I can't wait to hear more stories of young Shenhe and Ganyu.
Is that so?
Poor Ganyu and Shenhe.
If there are no urgent matters at hand, then let us make haste for Liyue Harbor. Ganyu is likely still working at Yue High Pavilion, so that shall be our first stop.
Ah.
Sounds great! Then let's all go to Liyue Harbor!
Yeah, Liyue Harbor. Yes. Alright. 1,000 moonlit miles. And this is what the teleport is for. Alright, let's see. Oh, by the way, Frosty, there's still the Pokemon game in chat if you ever want to catch Pokemon, it's there for you. I know you can't see, but you can probably text still, as you said, so I figured. Let's see. Teleport. Where to? Says... Liyue Pavilion, right? Yeah, Liyue Pavilion, there's in the Sea Clouds. We'll just teleport on top of the mountain. Ah, okay.
Ganyu has been quite busy with work as of late.
No
One
worries.
can count on one talon the number of times she returns to Mount Outsong each year. Shenhe has also secured employment recently. In her correspondence with me, she wrote that she shall have no need to return for the foreseeable future. Did they think one was so easily?
Ooh, here it is.
We're almost at Way High Pavilion. Hey,
Yeah.
do you think Ganyu would be shocked to see Cloud Retainer like this?
Maybe?
Guess we have no idea if Shenhe and Ganyu have ever seen her in this form before.
That might be a possibility.
Wait, where did she go?
She's back there.
Why are you just standing there, Cloud Retainer?
Quietly now. One shall stay here. You two can go and meet with her.
Ah, okay.
But why? Isn't it better if we all go together?
True.
If one were to proudly proclaim one's presence, Ganyu would surely profess herself otherwise unoccupied and drop everything to attend to one's visit. One fears that would only result in her staying up all night to make up for lost time.
Oh,
One does not wish to trouble her. Conversing vicariously via you two shall suffice. Do remember to inquire as to her recent well-being. Again, do not mention one's presence here.
she's like, don't mention me. Ask about her well-being. Got this.
Fair enough. Makes sense. Alright then, we'll just pass on your regards and...
Cloud Retainer?
Oh, she noticed.
Oh,
Oh, busted.
We were found out.
Is that lady someone you know, Ms. Ganyu?
She is indeed. I'm sorry, Huixin, but could we delay the upcoming meeting for a little bit? I believe my schedule today is quite full.
Oh,
Although, perhaps I could move some work to later in the evening.
Oh, not to worry, Ms. Ganyu. I'll make the necessary arrangements right away.
Thank you, Huixin.
I wonder if the same voice actor for
Wow,
who.
Ganyu?
I think that's possible. It would make sense for them to do that, honestly.
Greetings. What brings you here today? And Cloud Retainer, too. It's been quite some time since I last saw you in this form.
Ah,
you are quite mistaken. One is not acquainted with this Cloud Retainer of whom you speak. One is simply a mere mortal passerby.
she knows. She knows. Don't deny it.
Huh?
Seems she's not buying it.
I need to right through her.
That That was but a simple test. One did not expect you to be able to recognize one so easily, especially after so many years of only seeing one's other form.
Ganyu looks totally bewildered. She's thinking, why wouldn't I recognize you? I used to see you every day. How bad do you think my memory is? Oh.
But recognizing you is, my responsibility as your disciple.
An apt observation. One was simply passing by while attending to some important business. One thought it would only be fitting to pay you a visit while in the area.
Huh?
Wait, Paimon wasn't aware of any important.
She doesn't want to talk about it.
Cloud Retainer's right. We've still got something super important to do, so we can't stay here for too long today.
True.
Oh, is that so? But it's been so long since we last saw each other.
One simply desired to see you and had no intention of interrupting your work.
Oh.
A quick conversation should suffice for today. A more involved reunion should wait until you find yourself less occupied.
I actually did. Honestly, I didn't like the controls. I understand it. It was like bird-style controls. Like, she would fly up, and then you would have to do a pound on the ground, and then she did all these aerial kind of things going on. And it was awkward just using those styles of controls. I mean, it's cool, but it wasn't comfortable for me. That's just me, because usually a lot of Genshin players don't use those style controls. So, I don't know. Maybe someone it's more comfortable for, but not for me. She was cool though, even so. It reminded me a lot of Zhao's ground pound a lot, but it just felt awkward the way it felt on the controls and using it. So I'm like, yeah, true. That is true. I would have to get used to her.
I understand. That should be fine.
While one acknowledges the amount of work that you have to deal with every day, one must also remind you to rest. Though Adepti blood flows through your veins, excessive exhaustion will still cause grave harm to your body. It still makes one nostalgic to see you as you are now, respected and independent. When you were young, you oft begged one to cuddle you to sleep and you suffered from nightmares.
Here's the stories.
Cloud Retainer, stop!
She's like, no, not now.
If you insist. We are running short on time regardless, so one will refrain from going into each and every story. Why don't you continue your conversation? One shall simply stand by and listen.
Okay. You discussed some of your recent adventures with Ganyu.
Wow, you've been to so many new places since the last time we spoke. If you ever need anything, please just come find me at Uehai Pavilion.
Yay.
Also, forgive me for my presumptuousness, Cloud Retainer, but if you plan to continue appearing in this form, don't you think it'd be helpful to adopt a human name?
Ah, true.
A human
2
name?
hours, wow.
Huh. You raise a valid point. Considering the sheer extent of one's renown, Cloud Retainer is surely too recognizable as a name.
You really think so? Not that you're not famous or anything, but that famous?
Yeah, it's Cloud Retainer.
You presume to know the extent of one's illustrious achievements. One would hardly think such a thing to be possible. Nevertheless, Ganyu's advice cannot be ignored. From this point on, when in public occasions, be sure to refer to one as Shenyun.
Shenyun. Okay.
Canyon?
Ah, I assume that's a reference to the full record of Pristine Pavilion.
Huh?
An adeptus of years past would rise with the clouds and rest with the moon. They were enlightened and wise, free and unfettered. The writer referenced Master's name to describe her carefree and spontaneous nature.
Huh?
Oh, that sounds super cool! Paimon feels like only the most powerful of Adepti I could rise with the clouds and rest with the moon.
Actually, those lines were originally written to describe Cloud Retainer herself.
That makes sense.
Huh? Wait, so you're really that powerful?
And what of it? Did you truly take one to be nothing more than a bird of bigger than average size?
Not exactly.
That's totally what Paimon had in
To
mind.
be fair, Cloud Retainer rarely speaks of her past accomplishments. The tales of her past can only be found in ancient texts. It is said that once, a long, long time ago, there was a severe drought in Liyue.
Oh.
Left with no choice, many people left their homes, while others spent day and night praying to the Adepti. Although I did not live through such tragedy, simply reading about it is enough to gain a visceral understanding of all the pain and desperation during that time. On top of the drought, a noxious gas also began to spread through the land. If not for Cloud Retainer's efforts, much of Liyue would be nothing more than a barren wasteland today.
Wow.
The books had this to say about what happened. Upon arrival, the Adeptus borrowed the wind to retain the clouds. Immediately, the clouds gathered together, and abundant rain burst forth from the heavens.
Ah.
Drought and plague were both driven away, and the people were saved.
Interesting.
Wow. That's incredible!
Mortal records add embellishments to dramatize past events. One did merely what one ought. And even if one had not interceded, the other Adepti would surely have
Aqua.
stepped in to help.
Okami is on Saturdays. Thursdays are Genshin.
Even so, you stopped an entire drought! Can you really control the weather like the book said?
That sounds cool.
Oh, Paimon suddenly has a lot more respect for you. So it was Paimon's bad for calling you Illuminated Bird before. I'm not too mad. Are you?
Strike her with lightning.
How laughable.
Oh, really?
A name is but a simple label we carry with us on our journey through the world.
That's weird.
Why would one be offended by
It
such
does.
a trivial matter?
Oops. Genshin, let me change this quick. Now it's back to Genshin. Sorry about that. I forgot. Okami was last week. I forgot to change it.
That's a relief. In that case, Paimon will continue to call you whatever feels right in the moment.
Well, that is quite enough ancient history for now.
Yeah.
Ganyu, have you had word from Shenhe?
I usually change it right after stream and do the title. I already had the title for Lanturn right on Genshin. I didn't realize it was still Okami in the game tag.
One has
Whoopsies.
heard that she procured a job recently. Have you any thoughts on her workplace? And what, pray tell, of her monthly remuneration? Moreover, does she find herself overly inundated with work? Is she allowed time off during Lanturn Rite?
That is a lot of questions.
A lot of questions. So many questions.
There is no cause for concern, Cloud Retainer. I introduced Shenhe to her employer personally. Wanmin Restaurant's business has been booming recently. So, with Chef Mao being swamped with customers, and Shangling still off and out in search of new recipes, I introduced Shenhe to staff the restaurant.
Huh?
I see. Most excellent indeed. One has had the pleasure of being introduced to that family. Shangling is kind and astute, while her father is loyal and reliable. One has no cause to believe that they will make Shenhe's work difficult.
Ah, true.
Now, it is almost time to partake in the victuals of noon. One shall visit Wanmin Restaurant in person and see how Shenhe is doing.
Okay.
Huh? But didn't you just say that you had something important to do?
She did. She did.
Can that wait until after we've eaten?
Paimon's like, let's eat first. She loves food.
You may return to your work, Ganyu. One shall see to this matter on one's own. There will be many an occasion to dine together in the future. One is certain the opportunity shall present itself most readily.
Food.
Of course, Cloud
Who
Retainer.
doesn't?
Please take care.
Who doesn't love food?
Traveler, Paimon,
It's
I'll see you
good.
some other time.
Not only is it a good place, food is what brings people together. Honestly, it's also tasty.
See you around, Ganyu!
I see food as a bonding thing. Like when you usually eat as a family, a lot of people usually eat at a table together.
There, don't you think?
It's also a good way to bond over a
As you
meal.
mentioned important business to attend to, Paimon realized that you were just looking to cut the conversation short and not take too much of Ganyu's time. Is Paimon right?
Alright, now we gotta go to
In fact, it was
Waming
not an
restaurant.
excuse. One is indeed visiting Liyue Harbor for an important purpose.
Wait, for real?
The moment is not yet upon us. Still, the truth will be revealed to you in time.
She really seems to be playing up the whole mysterious Adeptus thing right now.
She is.
Because we just heard that cool story about her powers?
Maybe.
You get what I'm saying, right?
Oh.
Yeah, how can I not? Not even fine food is enough to distract from the presence of a fine lady, huh?
Oh.
I'm far more interested in getting her details than ordering any dishes. Hey, how about you ask her?
Oh boy.
You do it.
No. I think you should.
They're fighting
She's coming.
over who gets her details. Oh
What can I
boy.
get for you today?
Greetings, miss. I was just wondering if you'd be willing to...
What would you like to order?
She's like, what would you like to order? I'm not interested. They're intimidated now.
2 servings of more meat to go. Good chat. Bye.
They got intimidated.
Shenhe!
I'm not on the menu. Yeah, basically.
Welcome. It's been a while. May I take your order?
Don't welcome us as guests and greet us as old friends in the same line. It's weird.
It's been a while, Shanae.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and this is?
This is Miss Xinyun.
Yes.
Master?
She recognized her right off the bat.
One does not recall ever revealing this form to you before. How were you able to ascertain one's true identity with such ease?
She knows her.
I've trained and lived with Master for more than 10 years. I would recognize you no matter what form you take.
That's fair.
You...
Is something the matter, Master?
Hardly. One simply learned of your employment from your letter and came to check on your well-being.
Ah.
And check out the great food, too.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. It's almost lunchtime. My apologies. I'm still on the clock and can't talk for very long.
Well, if it isn't the traveler in Paimon.
Yeah.
Are you here for Shenhe?
Yes.
The lunch rush isn't in yet, Shenhe. So I've got things covered for now.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Go ahead, sit down and enjoy some time with your friends. I'll let you know if things pick up.
Thank you, Chef Mao.
Pama's like, yay, food! Alright, so... Looks like we go
Really good.
in the back here. We sit down in the back. Yes.
It is just as one expected. The owner of Wanmin Restaurant is indeed a most reasonable and accommodating human.
Yes.
Still, the work here entails dealing with quite a varied group of people. Has this been difficult for you, Shenhe?
It's been manageable so far. I sometimes run into strange people, but I have figured out a way to deal with them.
Ah.
Seems like you've been making progress. So by dealing with them, you mean...
True.
First, I try to talk sense into them. If that doesn't work, I threaten them with violence. At this point, they usually decide they are in favor of a civil conversation.
Oh. Well, I guess that works, but, the question is, do you know which ones are being civil and uncivil? Because that's a bit extreme to do.
Oh, how should Paimon put this?
Sounds reasonable enough.
Oh, a sensible plan. One is gladdened to see you integrate so well into human society.
Yeah.
And you, Master? How have you been?
Well, the two guys earlier, but how many people do that in general? That's the speaking. What if it's like some just girl trying to be your friend and she doesn't know and she's like, I'll threaten you. You know what I mean? Because remember, Shaha is still trying to grasp human emotions. So part of me is like, is that the way you're going about it? Like, so, but yeah.
Simply marvelous. Though Mount Outsong has scarcely enjoyed your presence recently, one has hardly found the pleasure of one's own company to be lacking.
The two guys were understandable, though. Those guys were basically trying to, like, hit on her.
I see. Just as expected of Master.
What she means to say is she actually misses the two of you. Why?
I have missed Master quite a bit too. Even though work has been busy lately, I've already had a conversation with Chef Mao about taking some time off soon to visit Master.
Aw, Cloud Retainer wants to be missed. Aw.
Oh, you did? Do make note of such matters in your letters in the future. There's hardly a need to keep one in suspense.
Whoa. Her mood shot up just like that.
Yep, basically. As soon as she heard she was missed, she's like, okay.
By the way, Master, since you are in Liyue Harbor, have you had the chance to visit Ganyu?
Indeed. She is similarly preoccupied with her work. There was time only to exchange a few simple pleasantries.
Ganyu told us the story of Cloud Retainer's name. It was amazing. We never knew how powerful she was before.
Yeah, that was interesting.
I see. In that case, allow me to also share a story about Master's past.
Oh?
Oh?
Is that a problem, Master? I believe this to be a good topic of conversation.
It is.
No, not a problem. One was simply caught off guard. But no matter. Please, proceed. One is most curious to see how much of one's own conversational prowess you possess.
Master once participated in a race against Mooncarver. After Mooncarver lost, he insisted that Master's ability to fly gave her a natural edge in such a contest.
Interesting.
In response, Master agreed to forego flying in return for being able to use one of her devices in the race. Mooncarver accepted, only to find Master with a brand new device on the day of the contest.
Huh. What kind of device was it?
It was a mechanical vehicle made out of iron.
Oh.
What was it called again? Oh, an electro-powered bicycle?
So basically, she made a miniature car. I could see that.
Oh, you refer to the bicyclical Thunder Flashmobile. One spent 49 days conceptualizing and crafting it. It need only be infused with adeptal energy, and it can cover thousands of miles in one day.
Leeway race car minigame when?
Oh, it boggles the mind why Mooncarver ever supposed he might best me in a contest of locomotion. Though he sprinted with all his might, he could barely keep up.
I'm just imagining her and her crane farm sitting in this car, her legs stretched out over the wheel, turning it with the legs. That would be an interesting sight to see.
Alas, the one flaw of my mechanism lay in its weakness against mountainous terrain. One was thwarted mere seconds from victory, when it was thrown off course and failed to make it across the final stretch. Truly a most unfortunate turn of events. Anyway, do go on, Shenhe.
Master, that was the end of that story.
I honestly wished I saw that story in action. That would have been interesting.
Is that so? Huh. With you gone, one has seldom felt the desire to call upon those old fossils for another contest. What is a race without spectators, after all?
Have you been lonely, Master?
Oh?
Lonely? At one's age, entire human generations come and go in the blink of an eye. Even one's own self-directed musings can span several days and nights.
I don't know about that. Eternity is very long. I would think you would get lonely and bored sometimes with that all that time.
'Tis a most foreign sentiment. The mere mention of it is preposterous.
Yeah, I think she's lonely. She probably needs a friend. She just needs comfort. Shanhee and Ganyu need to visit more. Yep, even traveling Paimon agree.
What is the reason for that look upon your face?
It's nothing. It's just... Well, Paimon gained a lot of respect for you after listening to that story of you summoning the rain and everything. But all it took was a few words out of your mouth and it's like you're back to being that illuminated bird again.
Here's the thing though. You could play all the Genshin, yes. But if you're living in an eternity in Genshin, there's no Genshin to play. You're living it. So I guess, is it a win? If you can't play it but you're living in it? That's the question. Because technically, if you're living in eternity, that would make you an Adeptus in that sense, right? In Genshin.
Just a little bit confused. Which one of the two is the real Cloud Retainer?
Which one is of the two? Well, both?
To me, they are both, Master. One is the Master that's widely revered by the people, while the other is the Master that I respect and adore.
Ah.
Huh. One finds oneself exalted yet again with sweet words of praise and flattery of a most extravagant nature. You chose to exalt one with your words, yet you refuse to grace Mount Outsong with your presence for any extended period of time. One would almost question the sincerity of your estimations. This is not to say that your words paint an inaccurate picture. One has always lived by a single ideal. Eschew all action and abide by no rule. One does as one pleases and speaks as one pleases. Others may critique or praise as they see fit, yet one places little weight in such judgments.
She got like, what, 2 sentences of flattery from her disciple? And it's as if her ego is about to burst.
Yeah, she went on a rant after that.
Do you have any empty tables?
Oh. Shenhe is needed. Business rushes in.
Hey there, could we get another fish stew?
I'm hearing more guests come in. I should get back to work.
Aw.
Alright, good luck with the lunchtime rush, Shenhe.
I'll try my best.
Yeah. Alright, let's see. And more guests began to trickle in the appropriate... Oh.
So much yummy food! Paimon's gonna feast!
Paimon got her food. Can you eat this kind of food, Cloud Retainer? That's what I wondered.
One is fond of all kinds of delicacies and delights in a multitude of flavors.
True.
The dishes here demonstrate no shortage of culinary skill. Their unique flavor profile has left one more than satisfied. In fact, one has been struck by quite the fit of inspiration. One has already begun to conceptualize the next generation of supreme cuisine machines.
Ah, interesting.
Everything's so tasty. A bit too hot at times, but still super tasty.
True.
I'm sorry, miss, but our tables are full.
Aww.
Shall we try somewhere else, Granny?
Aw.
But it smells so delightful. Can we really not eat here? My poor legs can't go on for much longer.
Oh.
Well, you could always check with some of the other guests and see if anyone's happy to share a table.
I don't mind.
Okay, I'll ask around.
definitely gonna share a table to help.
Excuse me. Would you mind letting us share a table with you? There are no empty tables left, so...
Yes, definitely.
Ah, well, Paimon doesn't mind. What about you guys?
I don't mind either.
Great! Thanks so much. My name is Shuyu, and this is my granny, Yuendai. Granny?
Ah.
Yep. Is there something wrong with that? No, Paimon's just a bit surprised. She looks so young.
Oh.
Yeah, a lot of people compliment Granny on her youthful looks, but she's actually much older than she appears.
She knows Cloud Retainer?
Granny, why don't you take a seat? Come on, it's not polite to stare.
True.
Huh. Have we met before?
No.
Tis a fated meeting, then. Please, take a seat.
Maybe she recognized her.
What would you like to eat, Granny? I can order for you.
I want braised earthworms. They always pop up out of the ground after a rainstorm.
Huh?
No, not this again. Granny, there's no braised earthworms on the menu. Braised earthworms? Well, that sounds weird. Do people actually eat that?
Can't to ask.
Right, that's what Paimon was thinking too. Need any help?
I mean, it is in China, and believe it or not, in China, they actually eat like bugs in the past version of China, like way in the past, before they started cooking meals like today. But they did eat a lot of different bugs, believe it or not. It was a kind of like how way back when we foraged for food, we would not only pick vegetables, but sometimes eat bugs. Yeah, not all of us of the stuff isn't up to our taste, but who knows, maybe to them it's tasty. Every culture is different in what they prefer, so I get that.
Help? Oh, do you mean with Granny?
Not for me, though. I agree. Not for me, though.
Thanks, that's nice of you to offer. Granny has pretty bad dementia, so her memory's getting worse all the time. She's always saying things that sound kinda confusing. Actually, her memory's been bad ever since I was little. But it's gotten so bad lately that I even have to remind her who I am every morning.
What about your parents?
They died young.
Aww.
It's just me and Granny now.
So she doesn't have a good memory anymore.
Oh, but it's okay. Don't feel bad. Granny loves me a lot, and I love her a lot too. Sure, it's hard at times, but you just gotta make the best of the life you've got. Wow, you're really tough for your age, kid. You're too kind.
Sounds like her grandma was caring for her and got like early onset dementia in the game. Aww.
And me? Oh, what about me?
You're tough too, Granny. Plus, you're really gentle, and you're always there for me.
True.
Yes, and it's hardly as if I forget everything. I still remember the important things. Wait, what was that really important thing again? Ah, I remember now. It was a dream. I had a dream where everything was dark. Someone was standing in front of me. She told me to come and find her, and that once I'd found her, I would be free.
Interesting.
Huh? That sounds super important. But how come you've never told me about it before?
It was just a dream, so I forgot about it. But I'm in a good mood now, and somehow I remembered it again. You know, I believe I've had this dream a great many times. But just how many times have I had it? Now that I do not remember.
After seeing the Cloud Retainer's ornament and the Granny's ornament, there's definitely something going on. It looks similar to the ornament on Cloud Retainer's head almost.
Wait, so you have a reoccurring dream where someone's talking to you? That sounds spooky. Oh, does that mean you're possessed?
I don't think so.
Unlikely. Her eyes are clear and her breathing remains calm and level. One sees no signs of possession.
Are you sure?
True.
Who do you take me for? Is one not an adept? Am I not an expert?
You're right. Paimon almost forgot you're the expert. In that case, do you still remember what the person in your dreams looked like, Granny?
Not anymore. Although, I have a sense that she looked rather like me. But not as I am now. My younger self.
Ah,
A younger version of Granny?
interesting.
This is just getting weirder and weirder. What is going on here?
As one said, fate must have brought us together. You may leave this situation to me.
Are you sure? So, what are your names? Paimon's Paimon.
I'm Wolfred, yeah.
Just Shenyun is fine.
Thank you all so much for offering to help. But first, I'm sorry for asking, but, how do you want us to pay you back?
Aww.
Oh, we don't need any payment for this.
Nope, we're good. We're just curious about your situation. What help we can?
Thank you so
Aw.
much. You're welcome. But Miss Shenyun, what exactly can we do to help out this Granny?
That's what I wonder too.
All we have to go off is that dream. Where do we start?
True.
That is elementary. Since her dreams portray her younger self, then we shall retrace the steps of her youth. Once we have revisited those places, her memories will likely return.
That is fair, Frosty. It's still they, them kind of pronouns, and she says Paimon is Paimon, not I am Paimon. It's interesting. I wonder why they decide to go with Paimon as Paimon. That's an interesting take on it, though.
Sounds like a plan. So, Granny, do you remember which places you went to when you were young?
Why, of course I do. The heavens above, the earth below, the wispy clouds, and the emerald mountain streams.
Okay, taking that as a no. I might have an idea.
Yeah, the new area, I'm guessing.
Once when I was really little, my dad told me that Granny used to be a martial artist heroine to save loads of people from a disaster.
Oh, that's cool.
If it's true, then maybe they wrote about it in the history books or something. A martial arts heroine? Oh, Shinjo knows tons about Liyue's chivalric traditions.
True.
If anyone knows about the heroes of the past, it's him. Let's go find him at the Feiyun Commerce Guild.
Ah, true.
Are you leaving already? But I'm still hungry.
I'll go order some food, Granny. If there's nothing on the menu you especially want, I'll just get a few different things.
Okay.
It seems we must part ways for now. The Traveler and Paimon are bound for the Feiyun Commerce Guild, while Yuendai and Shuyu shall remain here and partake of their lunch. As for myself, I have matters to discuss with Streetward Rambler.
Oh.
Streetward Rambler? Oh, you mean Madam Ping!
Ah, true.
Precisely. Let us meet at Yujing Terrace once you are ready.
Okay. Okay, so Feiyun Commerce Guild. Oh, sorry. Had to jump right over the chop suey cellar. I was like, I have to get past. A lot of people in one spot. There's Jingyan.
too. What brings you here?
True.
Shincho! Great, we found you! We wanted to ask you about something.
Explain the situation to Shu.
That's not a whole lot of information to go off of. I don't know if I can say for sure.
Anything is helpful and appreciated.
I can't pinpoint her identity from your description alone. But considering her age, I am reminded of a nameless heroine who's been featured in various chivalric novels.
Oh.
Nameless heroine?
That's right. The novels often speak of a great drought from 50 years ago.
Oh.
As the people suffered, a nameless heroine appeared and began to clear away evil spirits in bandit camps.
Oh.
The people idolized her, but never learned her name. All they knew was that she always acted alone. Later, though, she supposedly fell in love with a similarly noble-minded exorcist from Mount Tianheng. They were well matched in more ways than one, often fighting together as a fearsome duo of otherworldly strength. After the drought ended, the heroine and the exorcist left the public eye and began living a reclusive life in the mountains. All that remained were tales of her incredible accomplishments. The way this nameless heroine faded from fame into obscurity later in life is not too dissimilar from Miss Yuendai. I hope that's somewhat helpful.
It is very helpful.
Thanks a lot, Shincho. We knew it'd be worth talking to you.
It's nothing at all. Just something I came across while reading. I did do a bit of extra research on her story, but it was just out of personal curiosity.
Well, Paimon still thinks that's super cool. Oh, wait, Shincho, if you've read up on her, do you know of any places often associated with her?
Let me think. In the novels, the nameless heroine always appeared near one of 3 places. Wangshu Inn, the area just north of Jueyun Karst, and Qingyun Peak. Perhaps the real-life heroine who inspired the character was also often seen near those 3 places. That would explain why those locations appear in the various novels written about her.
Thanks so much, Jingshui.
You're welcome. To be honest, I found some parts of the story confusing when I first came across it. If Miss Yuendai was indeed the original inspiration for the character, she may just be able to help me put the pieces together.
I keep forgetting, is his name Jingshui or Xingzhu?
It's rare for a chivalric hero to fade into obscurity during their lifetime, even after retiring from the public eye. But no one ever saw or heard from the nameless heroine again.
Xingzhu.
There were even rumors that she became extremely ill.
Thank you, Frosty.
I've never understood why someone would go to such lengths to erase themselves from public memory. It's almost as if she was trying to hide from something. There's probably far more to the story than what's been written.
Interesting.
We'll be sure to tell you if we manage to uncover the truth.
That's a deal. Perhaps, behind the truth of it all, there lies a story more fantastical than any work of fiction.
Paimon feels like we just learned so much from Shincho. A drought, a nameless heroine, a life of seclusion. Wait, why does the story sound super familiar?
Danya told of the story of a drought and another hero, which is Cloud Retainer.
Oh, right! There's a drought in this story, too! Shincho, are droughts super common in Liyue or something?
Oh, Xingqiu. Thank you.
Well, they used to be, but people have long since
Xingqiu.
developed methods to prevent them, like by cultivating the soil or digging canals. So while droughts do happen from time to time, they are rarely regarded as true disasters. The drought 50 years ago is probably one of the worst we've had in the last several centuries. The crops withered, the streams ran dry, and the monsters in the mountains became rabid and agitated. Countless caravans were attacked, and people who lost their homes came together to form bandit groups. What started as a natural disaster soon became a human tragedy as well.
Yeah, that is very confusing. I did not know that.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, and that's exactly why the nameless heroine was so beloved. She must have been someone of true integrity, to do so much for the people while asking nothing in return. Still, as terrible as that drought was, it was nothing compared to the truly calamitous disasters that befell this land in ancient times. They say that back in those days, disasters were both more severe and more common. Only the strongest of Adepti could hope to dispel the ruin and devastation. Do you have any other questions?
We're good for now. We're just going to head back and meet up with Miss Xianyun and the others again. Paimon hopes that Granny Yuendai will be able to remember more of her past. She used to be a great hero who saved many people. So sad that she can't recall any of it.
I started the story? I kind of just started the story right now. Technically speaking.
Anyway, we'll be off now. See you some other time, Xingqiu. Thank you so much for your help.
It's no problem at all.
I mean, we're in the story right now. Let's see, you gotta go to Li Wei Pavilion now, I believe. Other than that, I only got one story right now, which is the hangout. Oh. Oh, I did the world quest already. I finished that. I'm gonna do more Okami Saturday, and by next week we'll start doing the Lanturn Rite Festival. So that's what we'll start on next week.
I have recorded the tune that you requested. I hope it will be of help to you.
I like to do the world quests on my own time. Get the grindy stuff out of the way, you know?
Oh, thank you. Straight word, ping. What has amused you so?
I like how she almost said the other name and then changed to Ping.
Oh, it's no serious matter. I was just reminiscing about the last time I saw you in this form. Time has wrought such change in this world, and yet you appear just the same as ever.
Time has little bearing on one's existence, nor has one keenly felt its effects whilst dwelling at Mount Outsong. Nevertheless, Ping, one would like to seek your counsel on a personal matter.
Oh, why so formal all of a sudden? I must say, you're making me a little nervous.
Well, the inquiry is as such. Approximately how much more would one need to afford a comfortable life in the harbor, not unlike the one that you yourself lead?
It does not require as much as you may think. Still, do you mean that...
Cloud Retainer, Madam Ping! What are you two talking about?
I guess she's moving in leeway.
Nothing save for some trivial matters. Have you unearthed any useful details?
Yes.
Xingqiu has a theory, but let's save it for when Chuyu and Miss Yuendai have joined up with us again.
True. Shiryu and Yundai soon arrive at the scene. Paimon realizes...
Do not be troubled, young lady.
Faded to black.
Have some tea.
Aww.
Thank you so much. What do you think, Chuyu? Does it match up with what you know of your granny?
According to the story, the nameless heroine eventually fell in love with an exorcist from Mount Tianheng. Maybe that's my grandpa. I don't have many memories of him, but there was this one time I found a box in our attic full of a bunch of weird sigils.
Seems like the stories were on right track.
I think so too. Granny might remember something once she's returned to a familiar place.
What marvelous tea. I can taste the dew's sweetness in this cup. It's as if I was taking a stroll in the mountains, thoroughly one with nature and at peace.
Is that so? Then please drink as much as you like. There's no need to hurry. At our age, it's always nice to slow down and take the time to appreciate pleasant conversation among friends.
Thank you.
Let her rest here for a while then.
Okay, since we have the time, can
Oh?
I ask you something? Sure thing. What would you like to know? I have a secret I want to tell you.
Oh?
Let's go talk over there.
Secret. Interesting. Okay, talk over here. Got it.
What's wrong, Shiryu? Well, I've been kind of meaning to ask ever since we started talking in the restaurant. But are you guys all adepti in disguise? Oh! How about that?
Not all of us. Why did you say that?
Well, you guys just seem super special. Plus, I think I might have heard Miss Shen Yun call herself an adeptus. Must have been a slip of the tongue. Shen Yun, since you were the one who, misspoke, maybe you can explain to Shiryu here what you really meant by that.
One is indeed an adeptus. Is that of some concern to you?
She's like, I'll admit it.
I knew it.
You don't sound surprised at all.
Well, one time when I was a little kid, I saw a pure white illuminated crane. I had this super high fever, and Granny wasn't around. I was feeling all icky and gross. But then this snowy white crane flew down from the sky.
That is Cloud Retainer.
She put me on her back and flew me to her cool Adeptus house and fed me some sort of magic potion. When I woke up, I was already back in my bed and my fever was gone. I really wanted to thank her, but I was too sleepy to stay awake, so I never got the chance. So I just kind of wanted to ask if maybe any of you have ever met an Adeptus like that?
She's looking right at her.
A pure white illuminated crane? The only two we've ever met are blue and white and black and brown. Have you ever met one that's pure white, Cloud Retainer?
Never has one met an adeptus with such features. One surmises such a description is but a hyperbolic embellishment that oft results from narrative accounts.
That's weird. Was it really just a dream then?
I don't know about that. Maybe Cloud Retainer is covering something up.
Well, even if it was just in my head, it doesn't matter that much anyway. All I really want is to help Granny recover her memories. I'm really grateful for all your help. Leave it to us! Now that we know the 3 locations, we just need to visit them one by one.
True.
Let's go to Wangshu Inn first. Okay, I'll go get Granny.
I do not know how long this is gonna take, but trying to think how long. I'm at the hour mark, so I wonder if I should continue or start Lanturn next week, and continue and start Lanturn next week, or if I should stop here, save this for next week, and do some Lanturn and continue the next week after.
Do you remember this place, Granny?
Yeah.
Yes. The fish here is very delicious. And if you look out into the distance, you can always spot a bird that's been left behind by its flock. I believe I used to have a room here. It had a window. Yes, I spent a lot of time looking out that window. Which room was it again? Let me look.
Alright, after this cutscene, we'll stop here.
I'll come with. Paimon's still having some trouble understanding what she's talking about, but if she's so familiar with this place, that must mean she lived here, right? Wait, huh?
She kinda does, yeah.
Oh! What are you doing here all of a sudden? You scared the living daylights out of Paimon!
Poor climb on. She was like, hey, what's up?
I sensed a non-human presence and decided to come take a look.
So he sensed Cloud Retainer.
If you're here, then there's likely no trouble afoot. I suppose there's no cause for concern.
True.
It's been a while, Cloud Retainer. I see you have returned to your previous form.
Met her in this form before?
I have indeed. I fought alongside her in this form on many occasions during the Archon War.
Oh, wow! What was she like during the war? Oh, wait, let Paimon take a guess. Was it anything like this?
Behold, the glory of one's newest invention, the Bang Bang Continuous Fire Mechanism. Hands up and surrender, or be prepared to face the full might of the Adepti.
That's a bit extravagant, but it would probably sound like her now.
An impressive imitation.
Just like, wait, that's correct.
Paimon knows her all too well.
Even so, Cloud Retainer was not always as ostentatious as you describe. You may be unaware, but her talent with Adepti sigils is just as formidable as her skill in mechanics. The Archon War reached its peak after Guizhong's death. The Cloud Retainer who fought beside me in those devastating battles was taciturn and solemn, only speaking when she had to activate her sigils.
Interesting.
A Cloud Retainer who barely talks? Paimon can't picture it. But what happened after that? If you were so powerful in your human form, why did you decide to take up your bird form again?
Once one had bid farewell to the world of mortals, what use would one still have for such a shape? When dwelling between mountain and forest, away from the struggles and troubles of the mortal world, a mortal form is hardly the most fitting of choices.
After the war, Cloud Retainer retired to Mount Outsong, only revealing herself to the occasional visitor, and always in her avian form. Although I do believe there was an occasion some 30-odd years ago when she decided to don her human form. I believe it was for the purpose of...
One believes there is little need to relive bygone matters.
Interesting.
Granny, are you okay? Back then, at this place,
That might be during the drought.
Perhaps this conversation should end here. I shall take my leave now. Should you encounter any trouble, you need only call my name.
Aww.
Everyone! I think Granny is finally beginning to remember her past.
Slowly now, calm your mind and recount what has been recalled.
a long time ago, I stayed here to recuperate from my illness.
So what Shinto said was true! You did fall ill! Was that why you went into hiding?
I don't remember. I'm very sorry, but I can't even remember the name of my illness. The only thing I can remember is that it took a great toll on me, and there was no cure for it. I was confined to my room in Wangshu Inn, where I spent many days unconscious. I'd come to every once in a while and stare at the migrating birds outside the window. It was a solemn sight. I remember crying, but I'm not even sure I knew why. One day, I met a traveling merchant. Upon hearing of my illness, he sold me a bottle of soul-revitalizing tea pills. He told me that the pills were concocted using Adepti blood and could be used to alleviate my symptoms. Sure enough, I made a full recovery. My illness remained dormant for several decades after that.
So the dementia you're suffering from now is actually, maybe it's from the pills.
Wait, but if your illness remained dormant for several decades, are you saying that what you're going through now is just a relapse of what happened all those years ago?
True.
And it was all thanks to the pills that you managed to keep the symptoms in check? Paimon's brain kinda hurts. Do you remember anything else?
I'm sorry, I don't. Oh, if only I wasn't so useless.
Sounded a lot like, one of the pills some other guy used in one of the stories during, Baiju's quest. Or like some medicine that guy used almost. And I don't know.
Hey, you're not useless. You've done so much for
Aww.
me. Watched me grow up. Raised me. How could you say that about yourself?
Oh, fret not, dear child. Granny was just a bit frustrated. That's all.
True.
The recovery of a person's memories is a gradual process. Finding pieces of one's past is always superior to not finding anything at all.
True.
Let us make haste to the next location.
True. That is very different, I guess.
Next location. Next location. Oh, why don't we go to the area north of Dwayunkar's next?
Oh.
There isn't really a landmark there, so where should we start? Oh, Paimon's got it. Let's check out the houses in the area first.
Alright.
After all, if she was there for any length of time, then she would have stayed somewhere, right?
That is true.
Paimon's really got her thinking cap on today.
Alright. So, we'll stop here and we'll do more next time. So, for those who are not in my Discord in the background, if anyone's there, here's the Discord. For those who are in the background, please give a follow on Twitch if you're not following, and please subscribe if you're on my YouTube. Have a good day. Yeah, well, not 2 weeks. I'll be back next Thursday, basically, with this to continue. We'll be doing Okami Saturday, so we should. You'll see me basically doing Genshin again next Thursday, and Saturday will be Okami. Saturday is variety game day.
Then lay a hand on me.
So, I'll see, if you're not watching Okami Saturday, I'll see you Thursday as well, Frosty. Yeah, Lanturn next rite, that, I figured, I mean, you know what? I could do, this on Saturday instead. I feel like Lanturn rite might last a while, I'm not sure. You know what? I got an idea. Instead of doing Okami, we'll be doing Genshin on Saturday. That way to finish this story up before Lanturn rite. And I'll do Lanturn rite on Thursday. That sounds good. 6 days for oh wow. Okay. So what we'll do is 6 days, so alright. Let me think. You know what? Instead, we'll finish the story tomorrow. I mean, we'll finish the story on Saturday. And as well as we'll add more time to Saturday to do Lanturn rite. There we go. I am not gonna let us just finish this, not finish this, so. So we'll extend Saturday's time to do more, Genshin we'll do. Alright? Yeah. So,
Ugh, too salty.
see you soon, everybody. Bye-bye.